growing up, in the 80s and 90s and being a student, within the, school systems, the public schools. I remember those early like read posters with like various types of celebrities, people of color, athletes. These were people who, I admired, they were aspirational. I looked up to them, but then I saw some reflection of myself in these images. Ironically enough, during that time in the 80s, the only, I guess, joy affirming images that I saw of people of color were in the cigarette ads. Those posters that I saw in my school also corresponded with this other reading initiative, Bookage. It was like a Pizza Hut initiative where they would give, young people these coupons when they read a certain number of books, and they would take it to the Pizza Hut and they would get like this little personal pan pizza and a holograph button that they could wear to school to brag. That in my mind is culture. When I first got to Lehman's campus and I was able to walk around and was able to see the student population, the campus that was such an offshoot from, my transition from the train to the campus. Like, oh, this is like really different. This is beautiful. One of the key elements of my approach to photography, and the way that I'm able to capture is this idea of trust. Sometimes it's a vibe, sometimes it's a body language that allows a person to say, like, I can trust this shooter. Throughout the images, no matter what they are, there is some sort of exchange of trust that's happened that allowed me into the room, that allowed me to, fire my shutter at certain moments in time where, somebody may be more vulnerable and, whatever, but I have to respect this person's vulnerability. Whatever is reflected in the images says a lot about who I am as a person, whether I'm received well in the room or whether I'm, showing that reverence to people. But it also is a commentary on the way I see individuals, the way I see various cultures and my awareness to it. So